Hi, here is a body weight core no repeats workout. No preamble, I'm just going to get on with it. It's going to be about 15 minutes long and I'll explain the next exercise in the break. We're going to work 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. So we're going to start on our backs. I'm going to start with a little curl up and the fold of the knee in. So if you bring the hands behind the head, interlace them so you're going to be holding your head up. And wow, that's loud. You're gonna nod the chin, bring one knee in and down and switch legs. Curling up and down. And if you can, both legs at the same time. Options here. We can do both legs together or just one leg. And again, if it's too much to bring the legs up, just give me the curl, or we're gonna tap the feet down. You can do little toe taps instead. We're just waking up the body, waking up the core a bit. Exhaling up, inhaling down. Exhaling up, inhaling down. Pausing there. I'm going to turn the timer down. No, I'm not. I don't have time. We're going to do a little dead bug. So if you bring the legs up, arms above the chest, palms face in. I'm going to do opposite leg. Opposite arm's going to go back, and then we're going to do a little leg lift with the extended leg. So let's straighten the arm out, keep the hold, and you're going to lift that leg up, lower it down, bring it back to center. Switching sides, stretch out, lift up the straight leg, lower it down, and switch. So the leg raise is just adding an option if you want a little extra, and it doesn't have to go very far. It can just go a little bit lower just to add a bit of tension. And only bring that leg down as far as you can without disturbing that lower back. We don't want it hurting here. Reaching opposite arm and leg away and rest. I'm going to move the timer away from my ear. That might help. Next, we're going to do some bicycles. So I'm going to bring the hands behind the head again and bring the legs up. You can have the feet together and legs together. And so we're going to do that curl up and then rotate and straighten the leg out. So let's curl up, rotate, think elbow goes to knee and leg stretch out and down. So rotate and down. So I'm sorry, I'm not really thinking elbow to knee. I'm thinking just rotating my spine off the mat as I come up. Again, you can see I'm only bringing my leg to about a 45-degree angle because I don't want to get my lower back hurting. I want it to stay nice and free and the control to come from my core. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Okay, moving on. So we're going to do bridge with some leg lowers. So we're going to do one each side. So no repeats unless obviously we're working one side at a time. So we're going to bridge up. We're going to do come up into a bridge. Right knee in towards the chest. Right leg up towards the ceiling. And we're just going to go down and up with that leg. Knee can be bent here as well. No problem. We're just adding a little bit more tension and more challenge by bringing that leg up and down. And obviously the core's working really hard to keep you nice and steady. Core isn't just abs. We also need to work our glutes, our lower back, and those deep core muscles. This is what this is helping us do. Up and down. Trying here. If this is too much, you can just be bringing the knee in towards your chest and down. Okay, coming down. So if that was too much, you can do a march instead. Okay, other side. Catching our breath, we've got about 5 seconds. So let's come up into our bridge. Fold the left knee into the chest, straighten that leg up, and let's go down and up. Down and up. Inhaling down, exhaling up, keeping the hips nice and level. Try to keep the weight even in that foot. Down and up, down and up, almost there. I can't really talk in this position. because I'm concentrating so hard. Almost there. We go and down. Come down through the hips. Lovely stuff. We're going to come around to our side and we'll do some side plank work. So come onto your elbow and let's bring the bottom knee down. I'm going to do left knee up. We're going to do a little thread the needle of that arm. So let's come up into our side plank. Arms up, and we're going to rotate under and open up. Rotating on the bump, that hip up and open. Rotating and coming back to the top. Rotating, coming back to the top. And by all means, you can be in a full side plank if you like. I just find this version, I get a bit more control of that rotation. Last one. Rotate and up, coming down. Let's switch sides. I'm swiveling round, you don't have to. You can just turn around. Setting up, elbow underneath shoulder, in a nice line. Let's come up into our side plank. 2, 1, and we thread under and we open. Threading, cores nice and tight. Keep the ribs lifting away from the floor the whole time. Try not to sink down. If you're feeling this load in your shoulder, it could be that you're sort of not allowing a push away from the floor and a lift in that core. About 15 more seconds. Rotate under, open up. Again, 10 seconds. Keep squeezing that bottom glute. Last one. And down. Swiveling around. And we're going to do the other side. We're going to do a little coming onto our side plank. Legs nice and long. And then roll back so you're just sort of balancing on that bottom hip. We're going to do a crunch in. And then a lift up, if possible, if available. So we can be here, just think crunch, crunch, or we can crunch and leg lift up, lower down, crunch and lift. So I'm just balancing on my hip bone, trying to keep my body nice and control to get away from that floor. 10 more seconds. Working our obliques, working that side body. Crunch, lift, one more crunch, crunch, woo, and switch sides. After this, we're going to do some plank variations, forearm plank and high plank situations. So I'm just roll back slightly, lift away from the ribs, looking towards those knees, trying to keep the legs together. 3, 2, let's do it. Up and lift and crunch and lift. Crunch, you could be here practicing that crunch. I'm going to try and work a bit harder in not moving that upper body as much. There we go. Get myself distracted. Crunch, 10 seconds, lift, lift, 5 more, 3, 2, 1, amazing. Right, let's come onto our forearms and we're going to do forearm plank and you're just going to reach the arm forwards. You can always do this on your knees. So focus on keeping the hips as level as possible. Let's get those elbows on the shoulders again and off we go. So in our plank we reach forwards and back, forwards and back. So I'm just tapping the floor, bringing it back. Trying to keep the hips level, trying to keep my arms nice and strong and steady. Try not to rock the body. So working the shoulders as well, obviously. 15 more seconds. Keep going, last 10. reach, control, reach, control. 4, 3, 2, and down. Okay, we're going to do forearm plank, and we're going to push up into a pike. So trying to push into the shoulders and get the hips nice and high. That's our move. So let's come onto our forearms again. You can interlace the hands here if that's helpful. And from here, we're going to send the hips up, push back up into the shoulders, cores tight, and then bring everything back down. So cores in, push back, and down. If you want more, you can bring the feet a little bit closer in. Play with it a little bit. Keep the core drawing in the whole time. It's going to really help that pike. You've got 10 more seconds. Final 5. Let's go for one more. And rest. Okay, we're going into high plank. If your wrists are feeling tricky, feel free to do this on your forearms as well. So we're going to do little slow mountain climbers in our high plank. We're just going to come straight down the middle. So think high plank knee drives. Wrists under shoulders. Let's go. Knee in and back. Knee in and back. Controlled. Knee in. Slow and steady. Again, trying to keep the hips level when you come forwards and back. Imagine you've got something on your lower back that you're trying to keep nice and still. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and come off the wrist for a second. Give them a little rotation. We're going to do a little high plank with a twisted sort of knee crunch, twisted kick through. So let's get into our high planks. 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then you're going to rotate to the right, bring the knee in and think crunch and forward. And then let's switch. Twist, crunch. So it's like your kick through, but we're not kicking through. We're just doing little, bring that knee up. A little twist. Keeping the hand in helps. Bring the hand up, it's going to fall backwards. Balance is going to be off in that position. 10 seconds. Twist. 5, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Come off the wrist. Give them a little break. So we're going to do a dead bug now. A bird dog even. So the opposite of that dead bug, opposite arm and leg is going to come out, and then we're going to crunch it in. We'll stay on one side and then we'll do the other. And let's do it. Reach and crunch. Really crunch up as well. Keep that core drawing in. Reach. Crunch. Reach. Trying to stay as level as you can when you reach and crunch. So this is working stability. About 10 more seconds. Reach and crunch. Reach and crunch. Try not to arch to the back. 2, 1. Come off the wrists one more time. Rotating those wrists. Let's do the other side. Woo. Feeling it? Feels good, doesn't it? Working the old abdominals and the arms. Okay, so we've got 5 seconds. We're doing that on the other side now. Bracing everything, nice and steady. Let's go. Reach, crunch, reach, crunch. So inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to pull everything in, keeping that core in, protecting that back, reaching out, reaching out. 15 seconds. 10 more. 4, 3, 2, and coming down. Last move, we're just gonna do a bear hover with some variations as I go. I'm gonna freestyle some variations. We'll do some to keep it interesting as we're there. Okay, so bring the knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders again. Let's push off. Let's hover those knees. And we're just gonna hold for the first 10 seconds. Good. From here, I want you to lift the right foot off the ground, bring it back down. So I'm literally just bringing the foot off, keeping the knees where they are. Right foot up, down. Left foot up, down. One more like this. Left, down. Then let's shoulder tap, shoulder tap, shoulder tap, shoulder tap. We've got 8 seconds. Tapping till the end. Tapping till the end. Keep going. 1 and rest. Just push back into a child's pose. Take a breath there. Reaching the arms forward. Let's come up through the spine and just send the hips down, coming on top forearms. Just stretch that core a little bit. Maybe looking over one shoulder and the other. And you can push back into your child's pose one more time. Come up through the spine. And that there was your no repeat, body weight only core workout.